Hi guys, welcome to the Diary.io platform. I'll be taking you guys through Project 7 and end-to-end, end-to-end walkthrough for Project 7. So I believe if you've come this far, you've gone through Projects 1 to 6 and all, and some of the concepts will be implemented in Project 7 here. We've already implemented them in Project 6. That's the LVM. And all, configuring databases and all of that. So basically, we're building upon things we've done previously. So let's get right into it. So basically, for this project, we're building, a DevOps tooling website or solution. So basically, it gives us access to various DevOps tools: Jenkins, Kubernetes, JFrog, Artifactory, Rancher, Grafana. In all of these tools, they are tools that DevOps engineers use on their day-to-day lives as DevOps engineers, and also it's sort of like, should I call it like a bookmark or something like that? So I'll liken it to like a bookmark, sort of. So you can easily, once you get onto the DevOps tooling website, you can easily just go to how would I put it? You can easily just go to the tool you want to go to. You say you want to go to Grafana, you want to go to Prometheus, you can easily just click on it and it directs you straight to that place and all. So yeah, so now let us get into it. Let us get into the nitty-gritty for this project. So for this project, we are making use of our infrastructure is going to be hosted on AWS. We're going to have a web server, not just one web server, we're having 3 web servers. So we have our client tier. Our client tier, we all know that that's our PC, whatever it is we want to use to access the DevOps tooling website. The web server, that's where our logic is going to be hosted, more or less. Then our DB and NFS servers, just data. And also we'll have 3 web servers, 1 database, and 1 NFS server. Yeah. So I won't really go into all of these texts. You can read all of them. You can go and read up on your network file system and all of that. And also, let's get right into the next page. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to still leave this page open to use it as a reference for the diagram. That's the reason why I'm leaving this one open. Just, you can come back here, look at the diagram, These diagrams help us to, sort of like guide us, what it is we're doing. And also, yeah, that's the whole thing. So let's get into prepare NFS server. So we're going to go into, sorry, I don't know why this is, okay. Yeah, so now we're going to go into, I've tried this project before, so that's why you guys might have seen. Why is it showing as running? It said running. Yeah, so running services and also this should not be here. Yes, this should. Let me just reload this page. Sorry for the continuous clearing of my throat. I have a cold, so apologies if this disturbs you or anything. Yeah. So let me close this. Yes, so just one filter and all of that. So so as I said before, we're creating 3 web servers. So 3 web servers, all of RHEL, Red Hat Enterprise, and 1 storage server. That's the NFS, also of Red Hat Enterprise. So 3 web servers and 1 storage server of Red Hat and of the Red Hat distribution. That's going to be 4 web servers we're going to be creating now. So I'm going to come right here, launch instances, free tier, Red Hat. This is Red Hat over here. Then I would, let's see, I'll just click on free tier. Yeah, just to be on the safe side. So next, configure. So right now I'm going to specify that I need 4 instances to be created and all. Let's just go straight to review and launch. I can come here and do some security groups, but we'll leave that till later. So launch. So I'm going to make use of, yes, I made use of this before. This was what I used before. I acknowledge I still have access to this. And so launch instances. So while this is spinning up the instances, while this is spinning up, so it's not yet running. So I use the running filter, so it's not running. That's why it has not come up yet. So I'm going to launch under instance, this time Ubuntu. So Ubuntu is going to be for our DB server. So as you can see, database server Ubuntu 20.0.4. So I'm going to be spinning up an Ubuntu server for this. So select. Also, we're going to be using the free tier. I don't know why it keeps taking it to T3 small. So it's just one instance to review and launch. Yeah, launch. So also same thing. Project 7 walkthrough. I acknowledge that I have access to the corresponding. All right, launch instances. So right now we should have some. Yeah, they're still initializing, but the Ubuntu should come in here soon. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to rename them NFS. Since that's the first one we're going to be configuring. Web server 1. Oh, why didn't he? Web server space 1. See. Yeah, so I'll just do more of copy and paste here. So 2. 3. This is going to be DB. Yeah. So we have all of them. They're still, initializing, and also just wait for some time for them to, finish spinning up. So now let's go back to our documentation. So we're going to be spinning up, which we've done, spinning up a new EC2 instance with RHEL Linux 8. That's Red Hat Enterprise Linux 8 operating system based on your LVM. So project 6, I believe we've all done project 6. So I have 2 screens for this project currently open. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to be switching between screens. So I have my project 6 open right here somewhere on the other screen. So I'll just be switching between both screens. So I'm doing a lot of copy and pasting, from one screen to the other and all of that sort of thing. So you guys can. So don't be alarmed if my mouse disappears from here and, comes here, I don't see it anymore. And that sort of thing. So let us check to see if our instances are now running. Yes, so NFS is up and running. So the next thing we want to do now is to create EBS volumes. So basically, if you're creating an EBS volume, you want to make sure that EBS volume you're creating has to be in the same availability zone as the instance you want to attach the EBS volume to. Do you understand? So if your EBS volume is not in the same availability zone as the instance you want to attach it to, you won't see you won't be able to attach it. Like you won't even, the instance won't pop up when you want to attach it to that instance. That instance won't pop up because they're not in the same availability zone. So what we're going to do now, so we'll come right into volumes, elastic blocks.ebs, which is what I said. So we'll come right into volumes. So I created all of these before. So let me just delete them. Actions, delete volumes. Yes, I deleted them. I don't want to delete. Yep. So let me delete them. So basically, if I sort by date, these are the volumes I just created. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And these 4 are instances that I have that are in stopped state that I'm still using. And also, so I believe this will be our Ubuntu server. Because if you check, you see that one is in US is 2C. That's the only one in a different availability zone. AWS automatically configure that for us. But there's no issues whatsoever. We'll make all of these instances communicate with each other. By the end of the project, you see all of this and really, really appreciate this project that we're working on right now. So we have 5 EBS volumes created for our instances there. So each time you spin up an instance, you also create an EBS volume automatically. So what we're going to do now is we're going to spin up, create a volume. and also 10 gig. So why am I creating, I'm going to be creating 3 volumes. Why am I creating 3 volumes? Because if you come here, we are going to be having, at the end of the day, what we want to arrive at is 3 logical volumes, which are going to mount onto these mount points. So those 3 logical volumes, LV opt, LV apps, LV logs, I'm going to attach, more or less create those volumes because of these 3 logical volumes I want to create. Yeah. So let's move on. So 10 gig, I'll give them 10 gig each. I think it's 2B. Sorry, I just have to just clarify. Let me duplicate this. Sorry, I don't want to be confused. I don't want to make a mistake. So EC2, sorry. EC2. So right now, I'm pretty sure it's list all the instances. Okay, it's only going to list running. So US is 2B. So 2B, yes. So 2B. So we're going to be selecting US is 2B and create volume 10, 2B, create volume 10, 2B, create volume. So we've created 3. And if I try to, let me refresh, should be available now. If I try to say I want to attach all of this at once, I believe the attach volume grayed out. So we have to attach them one after the other. So attach volume. So if you see the drop down here, NFS is showing here. But you can see that our DB server is not showing here because it's in a different availability zone. You get, so NFS running. So don't bother about being attach volume. So that's attached. Let me attach this also. Sorry. Attach NFS G. So you see that first one was F. This next one was G. This next one is going to be H. Attach volume H. You see? So now we have attached all 3 volumes. We've attached all 3 volumes to our NFS server. I know. So what are we going to be doing next? Yeah, we'll connect to, oh no, this thing keeps popping up. Just let me drag this here. So we're going to try and connect to our NFS server. So just copy this, go into your, I use terminal. So you can use mobile xterm, Potty, VS Code, whichever one, GitLab. No, not GitLab, sorry. I think that should be GitHub, Git Bash, yes, Git Bash. Whichever one it is, whichever terminal you want to use it, and also just whichever one you're comfortable with, and also get to paste this. Okay, yeah. So right now I want to signify the absolute path to this file. So this projection, remember that's the PEM key we created. This is the location. So I want to make it available to V. So I press enter. You take me straight into the NFS machine. So our NFS, let me see. Yes, I'm not on mute. Everything is working. So right now, so let me clear screen. So I'm going to enlarge the screen. So I'm going to be switching between, sorry. I'm going to be switching between here and I'm going to be switching between here and the terminal. So that's what I'm going to be here and terminal. So that's one thing. So the first thing we want to do, we want to list all the block devices that are attached to this instance. So let me clear the screen. So the command for that is ls-blk. So you write enter. So as you can see, remember what I was saying, F, G, H, and also so these are those, or these are the 10 gig EBS volumes that are attached to our to our NFS instance. As you can see all of them, XVDF, all of them, everything is here and all. So the next thing, we're going to be using the gdisk utility to create a single partition on each of the 3 disks. You understand? So we're going to be creating a partition on disks, and also here's the command for that. Paste anyway, sudo gdisk. So just let's just, let's look at what commands you can type, what you see here, and also add a new partition, list known partition, delete a partition. You can just go through this to see what commands you can type in or what commands you can use once you're using the gdisk utility. And also the next command I'm going to be typing is n, since I want to create a new partition. So n, I'll put partition number 1. I'm not changing any sector details. Then it's 300. That's like default, like what we have here. And all. So then enter. Then to see what it is, I just configured. I'll press the P. So P sort of shows us, everything about it. And also, as you can see, number, everything. You can see all these details. And also, the next thing I'm going to be doing is write, which is more or less like save. Then Y, yes, I accept. So that's the first one. F. So we've done for F. Let me do LSBLK again. Okay, so if you see LSBLK, see that now we have a partition part. You can see it. XVDF. We have a partition already created for this one. So the next thing we're going to do, G. Next one we're going to do for is G. So I'll just keep through N1, enter, 8300. Then I'll just write, I don't want to display the stuff I've set up already, W, then Y. If I do LSBLK again, you see that G also has a partition now. So now we're going to go to H. So N1, enter, 8300, WY. So now operation has come. So if you do LSBLK, you can see that all of these are now present. They all have partitions now and all of that. So I would clear the screen. I'm going to clear the screen right about now. So the next thing we're going to do, we're going to be installing the LVM package. So to install that, we are going to be making use of this. I hope you guys know what the -y flag is used for. So basically, if, for example, this is not there, if, for example, there's a prompt for you to accept whether yes or no, this will automatically, since you put this -y flag there, to automatically answer yes for us. So that's what this -y flag is. So we won't have to be typing Y every time. And also, after this is installed, I'm going to run the sudo LVM disk scan command to check for available partitions. And also, that's all thing. We're going to check for available partitions and all. This might take some time. But anywho, I'll leave it open. I'm not going to stop. So you can just, okay, it's already completed. So now we're going to run sudo LVM disk scan, check for available partitions. And also we can see XVDF1, XVDH, 4 partitions. So let me run LSBLK. So there's already one partition used by the root folder, which is used by slash this forward slash, this forward slash, and all. So this is used by that. So that's why it's listing this partition and all. That's XVDH2. No. So after that, the next thing we're going to do, we're going to create physical volumes to be used by LVM. You understand? We're going to be creating physical volumes. So to create a physical volume, we're going to use the PV create utility. So to use the PV create utility, so the first one, I'm copying this from my previous project. So don't be alarmed that that command just came from nowhere and all. So XVDF1, which is this one, that's what we want. We want to create a physical volume for that. So XVDF1, enter, successfully created. 3, G, then H. So all of those, we've created physical volume. So the next we'll do sudo PVS to check for, these physical volumes if they are there. So you can see XVDF1, XVG1, 10 gig, 10 gig, 10 gig each. And all. So the next thing we are going to do is to use VG create. So I'm going to create a volume group. So basically, this volume group is going to be like, let me just cite an example now. I can create 4 250 gig hard drives. I can get 4 250 gig hard drives and use them in a way that if someone sees those hard drives on his PC, you see it as one PC. So it's just like your 250 plus 250 times 4 will give you 1 terabyte. Do you understand? But in essence, that 1 terabyte hard drive is made up of 250 250 gig hard drives. Do you get? So basically, that's what we also want to do. I want to package all of our physical volumes into one volume group. So all of them will show up as a 30 gig, more or less 30 drive or storage space. And also to do that, we're going to make use of sudo vg create. Let me just copy this, come here, paste anyway. So we've created, so I named the volume group web data -vg. So volume group web data -vg successfully created and all. So if you check sudo vgs, you can see. So basically, why are we not having 30 gig? Why are we having 29.99 gig? The file system makes use of some of the space already available on this storage already. So basically, you can see that this is even saying less than 10 gig, less than 10 gig, less than 10 gig because the file system I used out of it. That's why it's amounted to 29.99 gig. Do you understand that sort of thing? So that's that about that. So we have what's it called? We have volume group now. So what's going to happen now? I'm now going to create. So now let's go back to our what's it called? To the documentation. So right now, what we're going to do now, we're going to be creating logical volumes. Right now, we're going to be creating logical. We're going to create the LV opt, LV apps, and LV logs logical volumes and all. So I think the screen is a bit what's it called? Jam packed. So I'll just clear screen again. So I'm going to do sudo LV create -n apps. No, LV -apps. Yes, LV -apps capital L. Then I'll give it 9 gig. I'll give it 9 gig. Then web data, which is the volume group we've already created. You understand? So, all right. LV apps has been created. Next one is logs. 1, 2, 3 logs. Sorry, that was a mistake. Logs 9 gig also. And last one is OPT. So that OPT, we might not get to use it in project 8. So you can leave it for now, or you can configure it now and use it in in your project. Or I don't know, whatever you want to do. But for me, I'm not going to be configuring this because I'm not going to be using the OPT logical volume for this project at all. So like I won't be mounting, not like I'm not going to create, I will create it, but I won't be mounting it, onto the web server. That one is still ahead. That's a step ahead already. So I'll be mounting it at all, which I'm not going to be using it for now. So now to see the logical volumes we've created, so you do sudo LVS null. So now we can see all of them 9 gig. If I do LSBL key, you can see that each one was attached to one of those 10 gig partitions that we created before. So you can see LV opt, LV logs, LV apt. All of them have been attached. Partition, LVM, partition, and all. So So we can also verify the entire setup using this command. But that too, I'll clear the screen after I'm done using that command. So we have our volume group. This is it here. Logical volume, logical volume, logical volume, physical volumes and all. Yep. And we are good to go. So I remember for the project, they said we should format our disks as XFS and not ext4. So the next step right now is to format the disk as XFS and not ext4. So what we're going to do, we're going to run the command sudo mkfs xfs / this is the path to our logical volume. So dev / web data -vg, that's our volume group, / lv-apps. So clicking on enter. So we've created since. Oh, okay. I know I made a mistake. Sorry. -t. Yep. So that's it. I made a mistake previously. Logs, then opt. So we've done that. So next thing we're going to be creating, I think next thing we have to create these mount points, all of these mount points. So mount LV, we won't be doing, this is what I was talking about, we won't be mounting this to this at all, since we won't be making use of this until project 8. So if you want to go ahead and do it, it's fine. If not, for me, I'm only working on this project 7. I will just leave it as it is and just, continue and just mount for just logs and apps. So let me clear screen. So what are we doing next? So we have to create mnt/apps. So right, mnt/apps, mnt/logs. All right. So sudo mkdir /mnt/apps. So 1, 2, 3, 4 logs. 1, 2, 3, 4 opt. So the next thing, oh my god, like sorry, I have like, because of the cold, I'm having slight body pains, and also I was just stretching there. So after creating, those mount points, the next thing to do now is to mount, to do the mounting. So sudo mount, that's the mount command. The mount, so as we did before, dev /web data -vg / lv-apps. To we're mounting it to /mnt/apps. Yeah. Let me just verify this. Right, enter. That has worked. So the next one we want to do is logs. Logs. So we've mounted that already, and just so we can do opt also, because I've created it already, so it won't harm, or it won't be bad to do that and all. So we've mounted them and all. So now the next step now is to install the NFS server. So what I'm going to do, I know that one of these things is going to take some time. So what I might do is I might just go and SSH into the database server, try and run something so that I don't get to pause, and so that there won't be some long pauses and any of that. So I would SSH into if any of this is taking longer, I'll SSH into another server and continue setting that up in preparation for when these things are going to stop and all. So let's go back. So the next step is to, let's see, date. The -y flag is there already. So let me go back to AWS. Go back. I think the next one we have to configure is the DB server. Let me try and connect. I'll copy this. So I'm going to rename this to, name tab NFS. So then this is still taking long. You can see we're going to 405. So I can't wait for that to, to make things faster. Let's just go and, set up the DB server in advance. So would have gotten to some point. So let me do that again. Copy this, copy, / Control V, enter. Yes. Yep. So I'll clear screen. So we're now in our DB server, still going 405. So let me minimize this. I'm not closing this yet. So I think we don't need this for now. So let me just, this whole page is for preparing the NFS server, more or less. So let's come here, configure the database server. So let me just do that straight up. So install MySQL server. All right. So I think is I have to remember. Okay. Let's see. So it is it's not sudo apt install MySQL-server. MySQL-server. This is what I was saying. If I put the Y flag there, I won't be getting this. Do you want to continue? So yes. So this is going to continue. Let me see, fail to fetch. All right. So what we are going to do is we'll first run an update. Sorry. So apt update. So run the update first, then now we run that. And so let's check on our NFS server. See, still 167.45. That's a long time. This is also, yeah, so let's try running that again. -y. I believe it should work now. You see? So that we got that error because we had not run the sudo apt update command. So now that we ran it, we got some of those things needed, and that's why MySQL server is installing now. So what's the next thing we're doing? After we install MySQL server, we'll go into MySQL and create. All right. Let's just wait. This 363. Okay, this will be done soon, but we already started with our DB. So let's just do that to a point. Just hasten things. This, I don't want us to spend so much time. The only thing that might take our time is when we're now configuring. And another thing is that what I'm going to do is I will only configure one web server. So whatever it is I'm doing on one web server, you can always replicate that on the other web servers. Easy peasy. Do you understand? Easy peasy. I don't want you guys to, because I know that sometimes when you see long videos, it sort of like demoralizes you. I just want this to be fast. You understand? So you can just finish up and move on to the next project and all. So as I said, the next thing we're going to do, we have to create a database and name it tooling, create a database user. All right. So sudo MySQL, that'll take us into the MySQL terminal. So he said we should create a database and name it tooling. So create database tooling. Yep. Okay. So create a database user access. Coming. Just a moment. Just confirm. Just want to just confirm. I know I can create a user straight up. All right. Okay, so what I'm going to do, yes, because I know that from the yes, grant permissions, yes, on subnet side. Yeah, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to create this user. Um, um, where's my terminal? Yes. To create user web access at the what's the web server side. So now we have to go back into AWS. Go back to networking, subnet. So this is CIDR that we're looking for, IPv4 CIDR. So we'll come back in here, Control V, identified by password. That's the password. The password is password. That's what we're going to use. And also enter. Right. So the next thing is grant all privileges. That's what Daria has told us to do here also. No. Where is it? Okay, I think I opened another. Yeah, it is. Grant permission to web on tooling database, which is what we're doing. That's the command we want to run now. Grant all privileges on tooling dot star to web access at and last and final thing, flush privileges. So show databases. Sorry, I forgot to put that column. So use tooling. We're just checking it out now. So use tooling. Show tables. I always forget to put this. Okay, right now I've not put anything. So what we can do select star from select user from select user comma host from MySQL.users. Okay, let me exit and try that again. We'll come back to this, but basically we've created the web access already. We have that already, so we shouldn't bother too much about that. We shouldn't bother too much about that. So we're done with our DB. So now let's go back to NFS. NFS is done. We're done installing this first one. So let's run this also. Sorry. I don't think this should take time. It shouldn't take time at all. Just 7. Yep, I said it won't take time at all. So now we want to start the NFS. So basically, was the NFS server we're installing there. Want to start the service. So I think next one is enable. Then next one is status. Yeah. So right now it's active. That means it's running. The NFS server is running. We have our NFS server running. And also export mass visibility, blah, blah, blah. Okay. So let's just run all of these commands. So logs, OPT. Why is it not clicking? Then so basically, Chown, we're changing the ownership. Then chmod, we're modifying the permission. So 777 means the owner of the folder, groups, and others all have read, write, and execute access on all of these folders. And also, you guys can read up on chmod and chown to gain better understanding. Okay, so my this was disconnected. I guess that was why it didn't work. All right, so let me try. So my last command has gone off. Let me try and paste. MNT apps. So let me do for OPT. So that's that about that. So then the next one is to do chmod MNT apps logs, and then 1, 2, 3, 4 OPT. Enter. We've done that. Let me see if this is disconnected too. Exit. Okay, this is disconnected too, but we'll come back to it. We'll come back to it. So we're still working on our NFS. So now after doing all of this, we have to restart our NFS service. Let's come here. Started again. Yeah, so just as much. Just going to reconnect. Yep. Let's look at status. Still active. All right, so we've done that. Configure access to NFS within the same subnet. Okay, so now we'll use any text editor of your choice. And I prefer VI. I prefer VI. So ATX, clear screen, sudo VI /etc/export. Yep. Yep. All right. So we'll paste all of these into it. So let's go back to AWS and get. I think this is it. Yep. Where is the terminal? So I want to edit these. So these are subnet CIDR. So escape WQ saved. So I think I have to do something. Let me see. Yeah, so it should export it. And also that this command solve exports so that the web servers will be able to see it when they try to connect to it. And also let's go back to this. Yes. it has exported all of these. So when we're on our web server trying to configure, we'll be able to see this mount points and all. So yeah, that's that. So let's run this, check the ports being used by NFS. So 2049, 2049. All right, all right. So basically I would open all of these ports that I read here. So let me come here, instances. Let's see. Where is NFS? Yeah. Security group. Editing bound rules. So if you see here, 2049 UDP, 2049 TCP. So I'm going to put in the IP address. Yeah, this I'm going to be putting it there. Rather than putting it for everyone. Putting 2049 TCP, 2049 UDP. I think 111. They want one TCP, 11 UDP. I want one UDP. So save rules 2049 TCP UDP. Okay. So we saved this for the security group for NFS on all. So let's move on to the next thing. Oh, yes, so which is where we have already. We've already configured our database to a certain extent. So we've already done all the work on our database server. So now I'm going to, go to our web servers now. So now we're going to be connecting to our web servers, web server 1. So there's details. Let me try and connect to it. Sorry. You have to that also. Where is um what do I want to put in? Yeah, let's start file. Copy. Yep. So we have this already. So now let's try and connect. Yes. Shouldn't be taking time like this. Shouldn't be taking time like this. But anyway, let's just while it's still doing its thing, let's go back to the document, what it is you want to do. Okay. You already know that 1 DB can be accessed for reads and writes by multiple clients. For storing shared files that our web servers will use, we will utilize NFS and mount previously created logical volume. Okay, yes. So now this is the part where we're now going to mount the logical volumes we created on the NFS. We're now going to mount them onto our web servers now. Do you understand? So yeah, don't worry, you appreciate what it is we're doing more. So just patient. Okay, so yes. So yeah, so this is now up and running. So this approach we make right during the next steps. Just read all of this. Figure. I launch a new or I install. We've launched already. Now let's install NFS client. So because without that client, we'll be able to access the NFS server at all. So mount var NFS private IP address. Okay, yes, so you have to come back here. This is the private IP address for NFS. Okay, should have just copied this first. So this MNT apps is located on how do I put it? Is located on our NFS server, and this file here is located locally on our web server. So if I press enter, yes, no error came up. That means this has run successfully. So if I do LSBLK, sorry, df-h, sorry. Can you see? This is our NFS server. And later you see that, for example, let me do something to do torch slash var slash www slash test.md. This file that I just, this test.md file that I created, if I go to mnt/apps, I'll see it there. If I do ls/mnt/app, can you see test.md? So whatever we have or have created here, it will also be populated right over here, just like that. Just like that. I believe people are beginning to appreciate, what it is we're doing, and how some of these technologies interact, all of these things and all. So let's go back to the documentation. df-h, we've already run that. Make sure that even after, okay, right, sudo vi. That's great. I'm going to run that command. Let me do on your web server. Oh, so I'll be pasting. Right. All right. So I'll copy the NFS server's private IP. First off, come back here. Then I'll paste this. So we've done that. Then the next thing is to install Apache on our web server here. Because without Apache, our web server is not a web server. It won't be able to serve content to the end users. Do you understand? So we have Apache, we have Nginx. So it depends on what it is you want. You can read the differences between, they are the most popular, Apache and Nginx. They are the most popular web servers out there. So just read up on them. So without these web servers, without the web server on the machine we're calling the web server, we can't serve content to our end users. And so, yeah, that's the whole thing. So repeat steps 1 to 5 under 2 web servers, blah, blah, blah. Verify the Apache. Okay, let's look at Vados. ls var slash, sorry, I have to put a slash here, slash var slash www. So you can see this HTML and CGI were created when this Apache app was installed. You get to, if you come here to ls, also have CGI and HTML also created too. And also we verified that this and this content in here is the same as content in here. NFS is mounted. If you see the same code, the NFS is mounted correctly. and all. So you can try to create a new file, which we've done before, so we don't need to disturb ourselves. So log folder for Apache. The log folder for Apache, where could that be? I'm trying to remember where that could be. Let's go, we can look for that. LSVAR. Sorry. /logs. I'm just doing long quote here, but okay, HTTPD is the folder for Apache. No. Let's do /HTTPD. I'll run that sudo. There's nothing inside it. There's nothing inside that log folder. And also, this is meant to be step. Can also, okay. Locate the log folder for Apache and mount it on. Okay, all right. So I'll just copy this. It's more or less the same thing. But this time, let me clear screen. Control V. The NFS private web address. Logs. var/log/httpd. I believe this should be it. Yep. And we are good to go. So we've mounted, so this is the log folder for Apache. And now it's located on that log under HTTPD and also. What's the next thing? Then we also have to go back and do this step 4, which is, so let me copy this. Or can actually, no, I know what I'll do. So do vi/etc/fs tab. So I can just copy this and edit it. So yes, we've done that. And now, so look at the folder, okay, fork the, yes, so let's open this. So basically, if you want to fork a folder, so you can just come here, copy, and then come right here. So we can do git clone space Control V. Git command not found. So what this means is that we've not installed Git on our web server. So what we do is sudo, I think this is real here, sudo yum install Git. Yes. It's not a lot, 48. Should take some time, but will be done soon. So if I run that command again, no, but usually you should want to do git init first. That's the first thing you should want to run. Initialize an empty Git repository. Then you can now run your Git clone. So we can see that from our Git clone, we now have, what's it called? We now have, if I do ls here, you can see that our tooling, that's the Git repo that they told us to clone. We now have it here, and also ls tooling. So if you cd into tooling, ls, you can see all the files there. So this HTML file, we have to move it to our var/www/html file. that was created by Apache. You have to move this file in there. So if you see, let me close, sorry. So fork the tooling to your GitHub, right? Deploy the tooling website's code to do. Ensure that the HTML folder from the repository is deployed to var.www/html. So how are we going to do this? What I will do, let's first ls/var/www. Let's first see. So you have an HTML folder there. So what you can do is sudo cp-r space html/dot. So I don't know why I left that as capital. html/dot. This dot/dot means copy all the contents inside the HTML. This HTML folder. You know what's in this directory? What's in the tooling directory? You understand? So HTML. This as it's showing blue is a folder, and also copy all the contents and paste it into /var/www/html. Enter. Done. So if I do ls/var/www/html, you see all these files were inside. And if I do ls/html here, same thing. You know what's in the tooling directory? That's why we can do ls here, and also can you see all the files are the same thing. So what's it called? So now that we have our files in the let's go back to the documentation and all. Okay, so on our web server, let's go to our web server and open port. Let's open port 80. Port 80 basically allows HTTP connections to, come into our instance. And no, that's just basically it allows HTTP connections to, flow into our instance. And also, if I come here, I think there isn't the same security group. That's why we still have this here. So that means the NFS server and this, there isn't the same security group. And also add rule. So if I do HTTP, it automatically knows that it's port 80. And also if I do, let me see if I can copy this. Let's see, yes. Yep. No, I don't want it to be, no. I don't want it to be from only this place. Since it's a client can be anywhere in the world. So I want to leave it as 0, this 0, 0. I want to leave it to anywhere in the world. I want to leave it as anywhere IPv4 anywhere in the world. So save rules. And then I'm pretty sure if I try to pretty sure if I try to I'm trying the public IP to see whether it's going to display any information to me. All right, so the site cannot be reached. Why is that so? Why is that happening? Let us have a look. So as a DevOps engineer, you should be ready to troubleshoot. You're going to be troubleshooting a whole lot. So first things first, we have to check if Apache is running. So sudo, because that's what is going to serve contents to our end user CTL status HTTPD. It's inactive. Why is Apache inactive? Why? What exactly is causing this to happen? So I think there are some other steps. Come in, let me have a look. To enable HTTP. Okay, I'm coming. I'm pretty sure there's still something I have to do. Where is yep. So I think it has to come from here. Sorry. So let's do this. CD dot dot. Let me do this to set it for 0. Let me go into this file. Change this to disabled. So let me see the status. Try starting it. I didn't even try starting that time, so I don't know why. So I believe now it's working. Yes. So I believe it was because of not enabling this sudo set and 40 and setting that thing to disable. That was why Apache went down. So if I come here and reload, yes. So now this shows us that that people from the web, like clients, can actually send requests to our web servers, and this is what they presented with. This is not our end goal, but we know that yes, we are on the right track. Do you understand? We are now displaying stuff to the end user and also the end users, so we know that we are doing some. This all that is left now is just some other tweaking and configurations here and there. Then we'll remove this particular test page and now present the end page that we want to display to the end users, and also let us carry on. So what else is left to do? What else is left to do? Okay. Update the website's configuration to connect to the database in functions.php. So we're going to go back into our we're going to go back into our what's it called? Let me see. Functions.php. Okay, so that's sudo vi /var/www/html/functions.php. Now what we're going to do, this is the part we're going to be editing all of this. So for example, this is web access. This is our username. That username we created in the DB the other time. Access, then password, private IP address for our DB. So let's go back and have a look. This keeps popping up. Where's the DB? Private IP. Private IP address for our DB. So compute that here. So escape WQ. So we've done that, we've edited that. Apply tooling-db.sql. All right. So for that, command is a bit long, but I just get it from, I have like a notepad somewhere. Just copy it from there. So this is, so all these flags, -h means host name or host IP, -u means username, -p means password. And also this -p would, once you press enter, it will allow us to press to type in the password on a new line. You understand that? So rather than typing it here with the whole command and all, and some person can just look at the password and see that that's password. Okay, I know, you know, that sort of thing. So the host name, that's the private IP for. Why is this not working? Let's go back. Private IP address. I don't know why it's not working. So Control V. Now press enter. Okay, What's wrong? CD tooling. And run that command again. Okay. I've not installed my SQL client to do yum install MySQL. Should have done -y. Forgot. This shouldn't take time at all. Yep, so let's try running that again. Password, so password. This should have gone straight up. I don't know why it's wasted. It should have gone. I think this will come back with a timeout error. So let's go back to our DB. I want to check something. Do we have, how would I put it? I want to check if we have the, yep. We do not have, that MySQL rule here. So even if you send a request to it, it's not going to work. So MySQL Aurora. Do I want to use? I have to go back for. Just Control C it. Control. Yeah. So save rules. So I don't know whether that error is for password. Can't connect to MySQL server. Okay, I think there is something we have to do in here. Let's check sudo ctl status, status of MySQL is running. Okay, that's a good one. The next thing we might want to do, come in, just a moment. Yep, all right, so let's do something. I think we should have done this vi /etc/ MySQL /is.conf or d/MySQL d. Exactly. All right, I see where the issue is. So we have to change this byte address to 000. So I think after this, we have to reload or restart, what's it called? We have to restart MySQL. Running. All right, so let's go back to you see, no error. That means it works. That means that it worked. So let's go back to our DB sudo MySQL show databases use tooling show tables and select star from users. Yeah, so this same user that was in the admin, blah blah blah, diary is inside of this sudo vi this tooling db scripts that we run. that this user, all these details are inside of these two scripts that we run. And also it's just a matter of sudo vi doing, so if you come down, you can see in C3 and C3 you see 212 C3 and see 212 C3 also. Oh, sorry guys. So so that is that. So now we've populated this in the data and all. Let me escape from this. Let's go back to the documentation. I've applied this. You can also create this and all if you want to open the website in your browser. Right, so where's our browser? Load. Okay, we still have what's it called? We still have how would I put it? Our test page being shown to the end users. And no, do you understand? So if you want to remove that, you can find that test page. That test page is in let me see. ls slash etsy slash httpd slash conf dot d slash, I think this is it. Yes, that is it. That is it. If I do vi, yes, this script fits. There's no default, but disable welcome notify remove. Yeah. So let me see. Let's go back to our browser. This page is just this thing. It's the same thing more or less. Same thing more or less. So, so basically, this is that index. This is where it is index.html, blah blah blah. So let's just skip. What I'm going to do is I'll rename this. I'll rename this using the move command. I'll do welcome the backup. So let me see if it's going to run now. Okay. Field as okay, yes, I have to restart the sorry for the for the silence, and I was just trying to just type everything in. Okay. All right. So right now, what we're seeing now is like this is our website actually. This is the website we're trying to deploy and all, but we now have to install some PHP dependencies which will help us to display all of these to the end users. Do you understand? Right now, this is our website. This is actually good. What we're seeing is good. This is good. So now we have to install some PHP dependencies to display all of this to the end user. So I have them some, yes, so I have them here and all of that. So what we're going to do, run them one after the other, and then then we'll go back and reload. Then I believe that tooling website should come up. Scoping everything one by one. And so I'm just, doing all of that. So next one is enable. Check status. Right. I check the status, then the last one is this. Okay. So right about now, our website should be able to be displayed. Normally, I have to restart. have to restart Apache. So sudo system ctl start HTTP. Restart. Okay, that's done. Restart. Yeah, yeah, yeah. So now you see, so basically for what I was doing there, maybe you guys can just pause and copy those codes. I know it's going to be hard, painstakingly typing each of those codes, but I really apologize. I hope we'll be able to supply it in the YouTube what's it called, bio. I don't know when we upload this video or not, but basically just type in the video and type in the text and not painstakingly and all. Apologies for that. So yeah. So now if I make use of the username for one of these, this is admin or stuff like that. Admin, admin, tada! This is our end goal. So this Jenkins, Grafana, Rancher, all of these, we've not set this up yet, but you get the gist. You get the gist. Like you click on this, it takes you to your Kubernetes cluster, Jenkins job, all of that, just all of these and all. So yeah, so I don't know what else is left. I think that's the end goal for this project. And also, yeah, so we've pretty much covered everything. So thank you very much, guys, for your time. I promised I wanted to use like 1 hour, but apologies that we took like almost an hour 30 minutes and all. Sorry for that, but at the end of the day, you guys get to appreciate these projects. These are real world projects and all, and they will really help you and all. So thank you again. Thank you once again, guys, for your time on this video, and bye-bye. Bye.